So you do a lot of massage. He helps the community through his hands, and you've been there for a long time. So tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about you and who you are, what you do in
Yeah.
Oak Park, and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank Creator for having me here. Thank you for having me in your space.
Yes.
Um, and so I've been in Oak Park. I grew up here, and I've spent some time traveling, trying to figure out what to do with life, right? You come from a place that's so small like Sacramento, and your
Mm-hmm.
friends go different places, and you know, you want to go, but maybe something's tied you down. So for me, after school, after, you know, marriage and kids and all these things, I wanted a little bit more for me. And
Mm-hmm.
so it brought me back to healing myself, and that was through
Yes.
massage.
Wow.
And
Self
so
care is the best health care.
I didn't know I needed it.
Yes.
For me, it was about just trying to do something for myself. You know, I had played sports for a lot of years, and so, you know, after a while, those things come back sometimes in life, and so I
Yeah.
was looking for ways to heal myself, and through that, I found massage, and I really enjoyed it because
Yes.
it was something that I was good at,
Mm.
and discovered that, wow, okay, you can actually, you can do this, you can do this, you know, you can help heal other people, you know, through
Yes.
this way. So fast forward a couple years later, come back to Oak Park, open my
Mm.
business, and you know, we're serving people for pain relief, and you know,
Yes.
people that can't sleep or they get headaches, things
Oh,
like that.
perfect. In
Hmm.
natural way.
Yeah,
So it's
more
like a
natural.
holistic healing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
No, I mean, there's a time where you may need some sort of
Yeah.
prescription or pills like that, but I don't take any personally, and there's folks that do. They want to get off.
Yes.
They want to find other ways, you know, to heal without using prescriptions. So we talk about herbs,
Oh.
you know, we talk about meditation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, massage, things
Yes.
like that as
Yeah.
alternatives,
The natural way.
more
Yeah, I
natural.
know you're from Oak Park. So how long you been? You're from Sacramento. Tell us a little bit about
Hmm.
living in Sacramento, being born and raised here,
Yeah. Uh,
especially in Oak Park, right there, like
Yeah, right
five
here. I
minutes
mean,
from here.
we used to take the bus. I mean, right where I can see the you
Yes,
know, right
there's
out your window.
everything
We
right
used to,
there.
yeah, we used to take the
Yes,
bus up and down Broadway, walking to and from school, things like that.
yes,
So it felt really good to be able to come back to Oak Park and
yes,
to, you know, start my business and, you know, take that pride in what you do and say, you know, I'm here. I'm here to
yes,
help other people
yes,
that are just like me. You know,
yes,
people that have struggled with things that I may be able to help them with.
yes.
You know, it seems like a really small thing, but it took a lot of courage
Mm,
for me to come out and do that. I mean, this is
yeah.
my hometown, so now you're seeing people that you
Yes,
know. You know, you
yes,
see people that are in your neighborhood every day.
yeah,
You know, right? And now they're relying on you to help.
yes.
You know, so
They are
it's,
your community. You
yeah,
grew
it
up
is.
for.
You know,
Yeah,
and it's a great honor.
yeah.
You know,
It feels the same way like when I go home. It's like, your whole community that you grew up on as a kid is still there, and you want to support them, you want to help them. That's actually such a great feeling when you actually heal and support people. And for you, coming back into your community, especially Oak Park, where they're trying to, the word, I'm always trying to, is justification.
yeah.
Gentrification, that's what they're doing. So what do you think about that? How do we rebuild our community for somebody like you coming back into the community and investing into the community, back
Yeah.
to the community?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a complicated one
Yeah,
because you know, in some ways I'm benefiting from it as well. Even
yeah,
though I'm a resident here, I'm benefiting from some of the changes that are happening in the community. I
yes,
think the biggest thing for us as, you know, community leaders, right,
yeah,
is what we are. We
yes,
have businesses and organizations, but we're community people no matter what.
yes,
And so I think we have a, you know, responsibility, at least myself. I try to look at,
yes,
you know, what am I actually doing for my community? You know,
mm,
what services am I providing?
yeah,
What goods am I providing for my people?
yes,
Because if I'm taking advantage of the situation and I'm, selling things that aren't good for people just to make money,
Yeah.
just to turn a profit, that doesn't make me feel good at night.
Yeah.
So um, Oak Park has been one of those areas that has been hit pretty hard. You know,
Mm.
20, 40 years, people will say Oak Park has kind of been on shaky ground, and now things are kind of shifting a little bit where there's more attention, there's more money coming.
Yeah.
So I'm mindful of that, and I'm mindful of, the alliances you make and who you do business with,
And
things
what
like
about
that.
the ownership right now? They're moving people from their home.
Mm.
The people been living their life for a long time. How do you benefit those people who's been there for a long time without have to, removing them, but still empowering them in so they can own their own home?
Yeah, it's tough. I'll be honest with you. I've known people very close to me as well as myself who've been
Mm.
affected by the changes in Oak Park with real estate, things like that. And I won't get into too many details,
Yes.
but yeah, there's a certain part of all of these change that people are gonna
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of. And so right now, if the market is hot, then it's time to sell houses and it's time to make money back, because they've been holding on to them for so long.
Yeah.
And I don't know all the details,
Yes.
so I'm not going to get into that. But
Yeah, but that's the whole point of now we lose generational wealth because we're not passing the wealth to the younger generation coming up.
right,
So now our younger people, what do they, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
how do we create? So just to bring you back, the reason why we're doing this also because the mayor initiated, like a reparation program
hmm
for the African American community
yeah,
when it comes to building the African American community, especially, their ancestors paid for it
Absolutely.
for a long, long time, over how many years? For 400 years. So it's a common sense that to really put that repairing the people that they.
absolutely.
So, I mean, we can go ahead and explain why this, where people can go and, study this
hmm
about that,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
mean,
about time.
Yeah, and there's definitely data to support all of the
Yes.
redlining, all of the zoning, and where resources are allocated, all of those things. There's data to show that.
Yes.
And in my field, it's health and wellness. So how do
Yes.
we now give back to the people that are affected by
Yes, for
all
that
of these,
trauma.
all of the trauma, right?
Yes.
And all of the changes in their communities where now we don't have access.
Yes.
And if we do have access, we're forced this system and we're forced
Yes.
upon
Yes.
these other healing practices that aren't ours, right?
Yes.
They're someone else's healing
Yes.
practice.
Yes.
Things were taken from us, like
Yes.
massage,
Yes.
right?
But I think you're right. So this would give, so this, reparation program hopefully will give the African American a chance to build their own healing, health and wellness, culturally with the cultural competency. This is what I mean, like you were saying before, okay, here is how you heal, here is, your therapy, but it wasn't, culturally, they cannot understand.
Oh, right.
Even
Yeah.
I can't understand, me being black and Africans,
Sure.
what the African American went through for generation to generation.
Right.
You
Yeah.
see what I mean?
We only teach some of it in history class.
Yeah. So it would be time to do that, the specific program for specific needs.
Mhm.
So for you, I know they put it that there is a survey that everybody needs to fill out
Mhm. Yeah.
for African American to put. So this is just an initiation saying that, okay, what type of program would you like to see?
Yeah.
For somebody like you who's already a community leader through health and wellness naturally.
Yeah.
And so what would it be, especially when it comes to reparation? What is it you would like to see when it comes to healing, especially African American community from
Right.
what happened to you?
There's a few different ways that we can all support each other through this journey. And if we're looking at each other, there's ways that we can support each other through those, sacred practices that were passed down to us
Yeah.
from our families or from our other, from other people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start to talk about what those things are and how we access them, you know. And I kind of think that's where I've been doing the work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with Oak Park and the massage clinic, is that I'm trying to reach people that wouldn't have a discussion around,
Yes.
you know, meditation, or folks that maybe don't have the funds to, you know, think about getting a massage, but
Mm.
conversation and, you know, hand massage or foot massage can be really, really, it
Yes.
can do great for somebody that's never had
Absolutely.
the touch and treatment. So for me, that's kind of where I'm starting with that. If we would have support from, you know,
Mm-hmm.
local organizations, governments,
Yes.
things like that, if we're talking about, um, you know, whether it be just stipends, reparations payments, things like that, um, now we can start to grow our businesses and reach more people,
Yes.
because I'm doing this more or less just by myself and talking to
Absolutely.
the people that I love and I care about,
Yes.
that understand the mission, they want to do more,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
if we have more support from each other, if we have more support from other organizations,
Mm.
and we can, I don't feel like we have to justify it at all,
Yes.
but if that's what we're being called to do, there's people that are lined up ready to work,
Yes.
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in that way, you can, according, once you get that program and funded, you can help the community accordingly your skill and your knowledge because you know who your communities are.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I already have developed some programs for community massage,
Yes.
you know, and those things that we're doing, we're kind of just doing because it's the right thing to do,
Hmm.
you know. But now we can link up with other organizations in the community and work
Yeah.
together, and now
Yeah.
that's even more powerful.
And the people who don't know about you can reach out to you too. Now you
Yeah.
can have a
Please.
marketing, fund or a strategy to reach out to the community who needs it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But
And if you
yeah,
hear this and you can see this, you can see us right now. You know, I'm looking for therapists to join the mission and try to do some more good with our talents and our skills in the community. There's so many people that need us right now,
yeah,
and there's so many people that can use the power of our existence and our talents and our gifts, and it's time for us to share.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Dr. Christie, she's doing amazing work. The Black Safe Space,
Hmm.
the same way, it's more like, cultural for people who needs, safe space when they go through what they go through and everything is there. But we need
Absolutely.
more of that in our community. We need more of you in our community.
Yeah.
But that's it. In fact, it's not just only, healing the community, but also healing yourself. And also you are generating income
Yeah.
that you can pass it to your kids and kids.
Right. Right.
And then other kids can be inspired when they see us doing things that they thought maybe impossible. They're like, oh, if she can do it from Africa coming in here,
Yeah.
I can do it too. So if I can have somebody even feel that way and they can be inspired and get it
Mhm.
done, that's a win for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You made an interesting point about, you know, empowering people and seeing other people doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
When I was in school, when I was studying these, you know, ancient sacred healing
Yes. Yes.
practices, nobody in the classes looked like me.
Yes.
You know, um, so right away I realized, you know, who was kind of controlling the industry, who was making sure that this is how you learn and this is how you practice.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
if you go to other places, you know, even outside of Sacramento,
Yeah.
these practices are not treated the same way. But also because
Absolutely.
of my position in the community and being, you know, a black male, I'm also, you know, Mexican heritage also.
Yeah.
And so seeing myself in the community as someone that is a safe space. That's what you
Yes.
said earlier,
Yes.
was safe space.
Yeah.
I find that it's building a community around other healers that feel it's a safe place
Yes.
to grow and to learn.
Yes,
know?
absolutely,
Yeah.
especially for the youth. Where is there safe space? As we know, last time, the police killed Stefan Clark on his own grandmother's backyard. So for the youth, and then the community violence too happening into our community. For the youth, where is their safe? We have to create that safe space for them,
Yeah.
regardless.
Mm-hmm.
They can
Yeah.
make mistake, or we all they'll do that.
Yeah.
But when they do that, where is that safe space? Those youth that who don't have parents like
Yeah.
we have, our kids do.
Where do they get the
Where-
guidance?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have to come through you, through me, through all the community people who's been doing the work already.
Sure.
But we need support. You need
Yes.
support.
Yeah, we
You
do.
can multiply that 10 times in every community
Yeah.
and train the youth if you have that support.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think for me, this reparation when it comes to healthcare. Every African American should have a choice at least.
Right.
And instead of, okay, this is how much, if you have only money, this much money, you can have this much health care. But if everybody has that opportunity to be able to pay and choose, but they don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. And there's more than enough to go around for everybody.
Yes.
There's
More than
times where
enough.
I want to do more and give more, but I'm only one person.
Yes.
There's times that people come to me and they really need help, and I find a way to make it happen for them. I'm not charging you because you need the help. It's not about how much money I can make off somebody that needs help, that needs healing.
Yes.
So it's more about where are we as a community.
Yeah. And it's amazing to heal your community through what you are gifted and what you are skilled in.
Nothing's better.
Yeah. And I was talking to Mariana. She's the one who actually said, "Oh, you should go and check him out.
Shout out
He's
Mariana.
amazing." Yeah, Mariana is amazing. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone needs to know who are the healers, who are the educators, who are the advocates. So I believe this reparation program would give, especially the community leaders like you, who's been doing the work already anyway, to be able to create a program that actually benefits the community that you're trying to work with.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
we don't need to recreate a will. The wills are already there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then how do we fund, and through funds and resources, how do we support those communities who's been doing the work?
Right.
Then we can heal our community through that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, without the resource and the funds and the spaces that our community needs, how do we get that? We don't have generational wealth that you or anybody inherited.
Sure.
There was no reparation before. Before that is we can go on and on about even after slavery what happened by design.
Sure.
But through this reparation program, we can actually reverse what has been done and then create a system that works for the community. But still everybody benefits.
Absolutely, and I think in addition to like empowering people to take care of themselves and to seek out other people
Yes.
that are the community leaders, the healers, we also should look at education and talk about here are the things that the systems that we're all under oppression from.
Yes.
Here's how these things happened.
Yes.
How can we prevent some of these things from happening again in our history?
Yes.
Because we don't want these things to repeat.
Yes.
And they're happening in other places,
Yeah.
not far from here.
Yes.
Our brothers and sisters around the world,
Yeah.
we think we're doing bad here,
Yeah.
and there's so much more happening.
Worse. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Out
So,
there. But I think it starts right here. We need to heal right here. That's why I say, I worry about the whole world, what's going on.
yeah,
But the most important thing for me and you, we worry about what's going on in our community here under our nose. Our Sacramento community is our community.
definitely.
So when African American do good, everybody does good. You see what I mean? The city would be doing good too.
Right.
So I want to talk to you about a little bit about the small businesses too, what we have to struggle all the time, like me and you are small businesses.
Yeah.
Because we don't get no fund, even if we want to expand, there is a lot of redlining, even getting the funds.
Yeah.
the loans, and you don't have your family to go there and give me some money, and that type of thing. I was lucky my brother had to start me with a little,
Mm-hmm.
small
Yeah.
loan to get where I'm at right now.
Get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not everybody has that. But
Yeah.
when you go to the bank, like you were saying, education, we don't have that, education when it comes to businesses and entrepreneurship, how to use your money accordingly, financial literacy,
Right. Which
all
goes
that
back to the
stuff.
point I just made.
Yes.
We have to get better about that so we don't keep these
Repeat.
prevent these repeat cycles from
Yes.
happening. Teach our kids.
Yes.
You know?
So this would give us a good, create a program to
Right.
avoid that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
So
see what I mean?
financial literacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you create that program according to, because you know the needs and the wants of our youth,
Yeah.
even they're coming up, now they can become a better society. Do you see what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they need that stepping stone from us.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, we still, especially like you carry a lot of already loads.
Yeah.
If you don't have the support and the funds and the resources,
Yeah.
how do you help the?
I got big
poor?
shoulders. But
Yeah.
I can't carry it all myself. I got
Yeah.
big shoulders, but yeah, I think there's a lot that can be done for folks that are at my level, above my level, anywhere in between.
Mhm.
There's people that every day I talk to, every day that I work with, that are doing work and it goes unrecognized. And shout out to everybody.
Yes.
Shout out to the people, you know who you are,
Oh, wow.
that are out there doing the work.
Absolutely.
And for me, the load is not too much to carry.
Yes.
I'm willingly asking for these things to come into my world.
Mhm.
I'm willfully asking for the responsibility and the strength to be able to bring people together
Yes.
and do things like this.
Yeah, unity is important.
Yeah.
Even in our community, once we are united, then we can help the rest of the community, especially the youth. So if the adults or the community leaders are not united to help, I think through this, everybody can have that unity,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody will be a specific. That's why it's so important for everybody to put that survey out, because for everybody it's different. For some people it might be healthcare, for some people it might be education, some
Yeah.
people might be small businesses and social justice. There's a lot of our youth stuck in our jail system
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have the funds or the resources to be out and then get into the society.
Right. So the survey that you're talking about, so that
Mhm.
people know, you've already explained to them,
Yeah.
this is important.
Yes.
This information is important. People need to hear your responses.
Yes.
People need to hear what you think and what you feel about what should be done. So
Yes.
everybody has a voice.